This is a classic example of a picture painting 1,000 words. Joyce is seen here with the little ones in their favourite cosy blankets, and it's wall-to-wall smiles. Isn't it inspiring to just look at this picture? Thank you, Joyce. This is Hilary Reams, seen here walking the dogs on a nearby beach. Combination of a woolly bonnet, warm coat and wellies show that Hilary is well equipped for an invigorating walk with two energetic dogs on the beach. I'm sure the fresh air and the exercise you've gained, Hilary, will be of huge benefit to you. Thank you for the lovely photo. And now for an activity which is completely different. Seen here is Catherine Griffiths, who recently turned 60, undertaking her favourite pastime, clay pigeon shooting. She was diagnosed last year in April with CLL, and she's been on watch and wait until diagnosed with a tumour in the bowel early this year. And whilst waiting for that operation, further scans showed a lump in her breast. A consultant confirmed Richter's transformation, but it was operated successfully via a robotic trial. 3 weeks after that, she began R-CHOP chemo, and she will be on treatment until the end of October currently. To quote Catherine, she says she's loving life, seize the day when you can, she loves her shooting, feel alive. Thank you, Catherine, for such a positive message. This is Mary Moore, who was diagnosed with CLL in 2019. She had a hip replacement last December, but now she's out playing golf with no pain, and she also takes Pilates classes and do low circuit training at the gym. She's on watch and wait at the moment, but trying to stay positive. You're certainly one active lady, Mary. This is Steve Frampton doing the annual cutting of his wild garden area using a traditional scythe. CLL doesn't stop him from doing any activity, so it must be very, very satisfying to see productivity and exercise. Well done, Steve. This is Mark Auckland, who's chair of the Board of Trustees of CLL Support. And he says even with the pandemic and on treatment and the eternal diet, you can live well with CLL. For Mark, time with the family is key. His wife, children and grandchildren mean the world to him. On a par with ibrutinib for making me feel better. Life goes on. Thanks, Mark. This is Action Woman, aka Kelly Sipright, who's 53 and was diagnosed with CLL last year. At first, Kelly was in total shock and felt really scared. She was deeply concerned as to how CLL would impact on her daily life. Kelly's main hobby, even passion, is endurance cycle, and she loved to cycle long distances. And she thought, was she able to still be able to ride? Well, just to say that despite her illness, she's managed to continue cycling and recently completed her first ever 200 miles in one day. And in the process, she raised almost £1,000 for blood cancer. Amazing. Chapeau, Kelly. Alan Cooper tells us that one of the ways he lives well with CLL is by being a member of the local community choir, the Derby Singers, who are based in Telford. And this photo is from a recent performance celebrating the Jubilee in Ironbridge last month. He is front and centre in the Jubilee bowler hat, singing the bass part. He feels the activity really helps him with his breathing difficulties, and he thoroughly recommends it. I'm sure you all sounded brilliantly, Alan, and the visitors to Ironbridge that day will have enjoyed it too. Thanks. Ted Foxhall was diagnosed with CLL over 20 years ago, and he didn't let it alter his everyday life. In 2005 and again in 2006, he travelled to Morogoro in Tanzania, East Africa, where he helped 2 groups of ladies to start mother and baby organisations. These separate organisations, one, Home Start Morogoro, and the Nyombani Kwanzaa Foundation. The former is affiliated to Home Start Worldwide, and the latter is a local organisation. Both are managed by local ladies and developing their activities and assisting with children with special needs. The picture shows some of the mums and their children. And what a brilliant way to end this episode of Living Well with CLL. Thank you to everybody who's contributed. Bye for now.